So Azur Lane recently introduced a skin into the game that was very robust. And there's had some conversation on the internet about the ethics or morality and objectification of women that this skin could potentially create, and unrealistic expectations.
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So today we have to take some time and revisit this ongoing Azur Lane drama because it has gotten...
He's not showing it. I'll show it. Here we go. Where is it? Did I pass it? I did. I passed it. Right here. So this is the skin. This is the skin. Naturally. So, that is the, that's the skin, and you can assume that there were individuals on Twitter who were not happy with the skin. I do want to say that I think this is the first time that a mobile game has legitimately provided 800% value.
Absolutely insane. Now you can check out my video from yesterday for the full details leading up to today, but to sum up what I covered yesterday, the Azur Lane official account makes this tweet sharing a preview of an upcoming skin for the character Kashino. Now it's paused and censored for the purposes of YouTube, but to describe her, she is very, very, very busty, okay? And they turned the jiggle physics up to 1,000. Like, I'm pretty sure her organs are coated with some jiggle physics. I mean, she is thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, okay? And my point is, addressing a lot of the people angry about this, you have to understand, whether you prefer a large-breasted character or not,
I do.
It is not surprising that a lot of people, men and women included, would like it. And if this is not your preference, that's fine, but don't act bewildered that people would like a design like this that has a very...
I could have expected people would like this. Like, if you had shown me this and said, would people like this? I'd be like, yeah, I could have assumed that.
Large endowment. That is not a surprising thing. However, like I said, it was brewing outrage, okay? There was a couple hundred negative quotes yesterday, but I returned today to find over 12,000 quotes on this tweet. It is spiraled out of control, and the quotes have gone from people basically saying that this design is weird and gross. It's gotten way beyond that. Now we're in the realm of death threats being filed to the creators of Azur Lane and much, much more mentally deranged behaviors. So let's start with this one right here. This individual saying, trigger warning, nudity. I love
how the trigger warning is nudity, not telling somebody to kill themselves. Isn't that cute? This is the mind of a person who has a cat girl as their anime girl profile picture on Twitter. This is their mind at work. And this is 100% capacity, by the way. They're using 100% of their brain.
Message to the developers. And it's, of course, telling them to game end themselves. That's a totally normal reaction to seeing a busty anime girl.
Naturally.
Here's another tweet about the developers. This person saying, the designer/rigger has...
Always check the profile picture. Always check the profile picture, guys. Come on. Look and see for yourself.
Never seen or met a real woman in his whole life, I guess. How did anyone see this and called it a pass? Okay, so there's a lot of talk in the quotes, both from yesterday's video and today, talking about the developer of these characters, okay? And they're saying over and over again that it's a man who's never seen a woman in their life. What if I told you this is the CEO of the company that owns Azur Lane? What if I told you it was a woman? So all of your complaints...
And she's cosplaying the characters? Wow, that's fucking crazy.
...about this supposed male creator that's responsible for this design are invalid because the person who owns the company that has Azur Lane is a woman. If you don't believe me, here's her official interview with Crunchyroll from not that long ago.
其实我觉得一个游戏，如果你感受不到乐趣的话，我觉得它说不上是一个成功的游戏。我们是从玩家的角度去感受，然后作为一个玩家是。
Bro, keep in mind he's got feet on one monitor and titties on the other. That's his job.
玩家的角度去感受，然后作为一个玩家，什么样的游戏他会想要继续玩下去，会想要跟他有更多的互动，然后跟着他一起成长。
Yep.
So even faced with the reality that a woman is responsible for characters like this,
right,
people are going absolutely insane. So you have a deleted tweet here from an artist who made this artwork fixing this character, saying 1 chest reduction surgery and a skirt later.
That's a solution.
Yeah, here's my thing. Any artist...
I completely agree. Absolutely. I said, I think that the problem, like, I've seen this drama. Look, this might be a bit of a hot take, but I think that it's time. Is that for the last 10 years, we've had so much drama in video games with how women are portrayed, and with how women, like, whether they're wearing too much clothes, not enough clothes, they're too hot, they're not hot enough, they don't look the right way, they look too much like the way a guy would want them to look. And I think the solution to all of this is you just take women out of the game. Because if there aren't any there, then there can't be any problems. And I don't know why nobody's thought of this. Like, am I the first person here? I mean, come on. What is this? Like, if this is the root of all evil, I read this in the Bible, right? I mean, the video games prove it. Just take them out of the game. That way you just don't even have the issue to begin with.
Anyone who pulls this kind of stuff should be blacklisted from their community. No artist should ever be respected again after they pull this, where they disrespect someone else's artwork by fixing it. And it just boggles my mind that an artist, of all people, cannot respect someone else's designs, okay? If you don't like it, that's fine. But as an artist, you should respect their work and let them be.
No. See, these people, they can't respect anybody else or care about anybody else because they think that they have the moral authority to tell other people what to do. And this is the problem with modern society, is that people think that because they have the moral upper hand in a certain situation, they think that they can tell everybody else how they need to act and how they need to think. That is fundamentally, I think, a major problem with all of us. Like, maybe not us, but maybe not us in this situation, but in general, right? This is a big issue where people, and as soon as people classify an individual as a bad person, like that first person did, right? With the low tier God meme, with like, basically what they allow themselves to do is they classify people into a category that dehumanizes them and then allows them to say and do whatever they want to that person without feeling any guilt at all. Now, this has been happening for many times in history, okay? The internet didn't invent this. We've been doing this forever. But this is just the recent example.
Of taking their art and trying to fix it and showing how disrespectful and insane you are. And of course, like I said, they deleted this after getting rightful backlash.
Yeah.
But moving on, here's a tweet from yesterday's video. This is an update, so it had a few hundred likes yesterday. This tweet now has 32,000 likes. It must be a very enthralling...
Stop sexualizing my culture for your weird-ass fantasy, please, and thank you. Go fuck yourself. What culture? What, BDSM culture? Because she's tied up? Like, I don't get this. Bondage culture? Anime culture? What?
An insightful tweet, right? Well, let's read it again.
What is this?
Stop sexualizing my culture for your weird-ass sexual fantasies. Please and thank you. Go F yourself. 32,000 likes on this incoherent and aggressive statement.
Yeah,
it's absolutely mind-boggling to me. What is your culture, by the way? What is this person's...
He's probably talking about, Japanese culture. And he's probably white. Yeah. That's what I bet.
Culture that is being disrespected by content in Azur Lane. Well, they would clarify by saying that they actually are part Japanese, but in their words, thankfully, they don't live in Japan. So here's the problem. Let me remind everyone who might be confused on this. They're basically saying that because they have a Japanese heritage, that they're being disrespected by this character design because in their mind, this is an anime character, it must be from Japan. Here's the problem. Azur Lane is a Chinese game.
It's always funny how the least racist people are so often the most racist people.
This person is LARPing on the internet saying that their culture is being disrespected because they're part Japanese.
Right.
And in reality, the content was made in China. And also, not to get too technical here, the warships that are being turned into anime girls for Azur Lane, they're international. They're from many different cultures. So they're wrong on so many levels, but it just goes to show you that this person, a teenager, by the way, who's engaging with not safe for work content on Twitter, this
a teenager engaging with NSFW content on Twitter with an anime profile picture that is complaining about people appropriating their culture. Oh my god. It's like seeing an exotic animal. You always know that they're real. You always hear about them. But it's something else to just see it. You know?
Teenager was able to gaslight and trick so many people that easily with misinformation. It's that easy. If you're hating on something that resembles anime, that's all it takes. People just go completely brain dead.
Right.
But moving on, more proof that these people have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. This individual made a quote retweet saying, VTubers try not to have the worst designed characters of all time. Unironically, every single PNG tuber is better because at least their designs are original, not just anime girl, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna have a stroke. This person is talking to the official Azur Lane account like they're a VTuber. They think that the Azur Lane official account is a VTuber, and this is their VTuber design. They don't even realize this is a gacha game. They don't even...
I don't know why this is realistic. What do you mean it's realistic? Like, what is this realistic if you're fucking Hobbes from Calvin and Hobbes? Realistic if you're in a furry fantasy? What the fuck is this? She has a fucking tail. So yeah, we've got the Cat in the Hat here. Actually, no. This is a mix between the Cat in the Hat and Ronald McDonald. Oh yeah, this is what I want to see.
I mean, they have no idea where they are. Like, how do these people tie their own shoes? I don't understand. Then they list a bunch of PNG tubers, like, which also classifies VTubers, by the way. Like,
PNG
guys,
tubers?
I'm losing my mind. It's just, these are the people who think they're one
Also, by the way, every VTuber has massive boob physics. Everybody knows this. What are we talking about? VTubers are the same.
This post.
Not everyone.
It's crazy to
You're
me.
right. Not
this
everyone.
individual, I saw this comment many times saying, we should start doing this with men and draw them with the fattest ball sacks and insane jiggle physics. First of all, nothing's stopping you from
do it. Yeah, do it.
Doing that, but again, let's go back to the beginning. The main takeaway here is that people like large-breasted anime girls. There is a demand,
I can't
and therefore
believe
people
that.
fulfill that demand. You personally might not like that, and that's fine, but there's a reason why people are making anime characters with large breasts and not anime characters with gigantic ball sacks. Because people want to see one and not the other. I don't understand.
I could have told you that. Yeah. I mean, I love how these people are so disconnected with reality that they can't even comprehend the basic sexual dynamics between people. It's like they live in another world. It's insane.
Understand this comparison, it's goofy. But I also saw this image for some reason. It was in the replies to my tweet about the situation. People think this is some kind of an own. So you can read this for yourself. But basically they're saying that this whole thing should be shamed. This post and design should be shamed because someone out there is at the point where basically if they stare at large-breasted characters, they feel nothing at this point. Well, that tells me something, and it's not exactly the own you think it is. It's basically saying you've consumed so much fictional content like this that you're desensitized. And I use this phrase very lightly because Twitter has watered it down to absolutely nothing at this point. But this sounds like a porn addiction. This has nothing to do with
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it does. It's like, yeah, I've seen so many of these. Please stop showing them to me. I can't. Please stop showing. I've seen so many. I've seen too many.
Azur Lane. This is a personal problem. And you posting this like it's the ultimate proof that this design should be shamed or something is very, very ironic. But moving forward, also, I always note kind of larger content creators weighing in on these issues. I don't understand why anyone would want to join in on the dog pile. This isn't the most aggressive comment, but like, why?
I just think Connor's being funny. Yeah, I don't think this is bad. Yeah, what's going on with Gacha games? I mean, he was literally a voice actor in Honkai Star Rail. He knows what's going on with Gacha games. He's memeing around. Yeah.
It's Gacha games, dude. Like, you're around enough content coming out of
yeah, this isn't a problem.
These related mediums that you should understand that just leave them alone. Don't help out the people getting angry about this stuff and make them feel validated because you're only making things worse. But also I saw this tweet right here, and at first I was going to make fun of it. Like, you're really going to block tens of...
Mega Block lets you nuke a tweet. Don't like a bad tweet? Block the tweet, its author, and every single person who liked it in one click. He says, I'm done. I just think that's so funny.
Not hundreds of thousands of people who interacted with this tweet because you want to separate yourself from everyone involved. I was going to make fun of that, but you know what?
Yeah, I mean, I think he should block whoever he wants. If he doesn't like it, just don't fucking, block everybody. Who cares?
Honestly, this is probably the healthiest approach.
I'm done.
If you're that angry about these things, you probably should nuke a tweet like this and block everyone who's interacting with it, because clearly it's bothering you that much. This is actually the most healthy response I've seen. But concluding this video, this is really the best way to capture this. This user saying, damn, Twitter found out Azur Lane after 5 years of the game's existence. It's very confusing to me. So, of course, Azur Lane has had antis over the years, but they've never had anything like this happen.
Antis are just hate watchers for VTubers and, like, the anime community, right? Like, they just have a different name for it? That's my understanding? Yeah, antis, yeah, okay, got it.
Surprising because of the amount of fan service in the game and also the amount of lolly characters in the game. It's surprising that Twitter has largely ignored Azur Lane until now. But it just goes to show you, like, their priorities are very strange. All it takes is...
to be fair, I mean, the skin is definitely very gratuitous, right? Of course, I mean, they posted it because they knew it would get a lot of attention.
One tweet to hit the wrong audience, and all of a sudden, you're getting bombarded with tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people who are shaming and attacking your character designs and your franchise, as well as its creators, which we saw earlier in the video. But that's going to do it for this video. That is an update on the Azur Lane drama.
Wow.
And yeah, sorry my voice is squeaking a little bit. I think streaming so much the past week has really killed my vocal cords, but nonetheless, I appreciate the listen, guys. Please leave all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Well, I think this has been probably the best advertisement for a gacha game that I've ever seen. Like, this is some really high-quality stuff. I'll link you guys the video here. And I just think this is astonishing.